Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Leave a like down below. I was thinking about AEW Fight Forever's approach to season passes and DLC. And it got me thinking, the way Ultra Pro Wrestling is approaching their DLC seems to be the right way. At least right now. And what am I talking about? Let's go over to their website and I'll elaborate on what I'm talking about here. Okay, so over here on Ultra Pro Wrestling's website here, and we're on their DLC page, their free agents page. Now, I made a video about this before, not complaining, but showing concern about this, and that's not the direction I'm going here, just FYI. Actually, I think this is the right approach. After what's been happening with AEW Fight Forever Season Pass, and how they're trying to charge for a new game mode, an arena, instead of just wrestlers, I feel like Ultra Pro Wrestling has the right idea here. Now let me explain. So, in Ultra Pro Wrestling, Sam has said, if I'm remembering correctly, because I've had many concussions in my years in wrestling, if I remember correctly, all the game modes, match types, story mode content, stuff like that is all going to be added in for free, like continuously updating. So when they released the first story mode content, the 80s story mode, when the 90s is ready, it's a free update. If they want to add a new match type or an arena, official arena, not one made by the community, it's going to be free. The only thing they're going to charge for is wrestlers, characters, like a fighting game. So looking back at this, at first I was like, oh man, that's going to bite them in the ass. No. I think this is the right approach. And there's a reason why these real wrestlers are DLC and not included in the base game. So currently there are no real wrestlers included in the base game. But there is 100 original characters included in the base game, which we'll get to in a second here. And the reasoning for this is because the game's budget is so small, they can't afford to pay these wrestlers an upfront fee, right? They can't afford to give them a percentage of the game sales when the game comes out, because they need that money to pump into the game. So the best way to do this for them, because they are such a small studio, is to charge for individual DLC, and they've offered to split the revenue 50-50 with the wrestler. That's amazing. So any money they make off this DLC, 50% goes to the hyper-focused games, 50% goes to the wrestler or the wrestler's family if the wrestler is deceased. That's a win-win scenario for me. And you don't need any of these wrestlers. You could go in, and I'll show you let's see, where's the main roster here? Look at all these characters that Hal Haney has made. With the creation suite that this game plans to have, all these characters' parts are available to use to create a wrestler. So any wrestler that doesn't make it as official DLC, any wrestler that's in another promotion, any wrestler you can think of, or made-up character you can think of, look at all these parts you're going to be able to use to make your character, to make wrestlers from other promotions. And it's going to have community creations, hopefully at launch, where those super talented people that make these amazing wrestlers online will make them, and you can just download it. You don't even have to make the wrestler. You don't have to take the time. You can just download somebody else's. So any wrestler that doesn't make the game, you could pretty much make yourself. Now, let's go back over to the free agents here. Now, AEW's approach with their season pass, to me, is all wrong. Like, it's all wrong. Forget how much it costs. We're talking about what's included, which we don't know everything that's included yet. But what we do know is included is a game mode and an arena. Now, I don't know if they're testing the waters for this, but charging for an arena or a game mode, to me, is not the way to go if you want people to engage in your game. Charging for characters is the only thing you should charge for, in my opinion. So what AEW should do, in my opinion, to correct the ship, to make the fans not angry, even though they might piss off the ones that have already purchased the DLC, because I know a few people have purchased it. Like, I'm not going to name them on here. I don't want to out them or anything, but what they could do is give out that arena for free, tell everybody that game mode is going to be free, but then go in and tell them that we're going to add other wrestlers to the season pass instead. So right now we got the Acclaimed and Tony Storm. So that's 3 wrestlers that we know of. So what was the first pass had 6 wrestlers in it, but it also had mini games. So I don't want new mini games. What I would prefer is, instead of those extra mini games, add 2 more wrestlers. So in Season Pass 2, you're getting 8 wrestlers. And what they could do is separate those wrestlers and sell them individually, or you can buy them in the package for $25. That would be a huge W for AEW Fight Forever. That would make fans be like, all right, now we're talking. Now we're in business. Now we're coming back to your game, because we don't think you're trying to scam us out of stuff. Perception is key. Like, what you feel is worth the money is up to you. But as overall fan base, I feel like charging for an arena or game modes is not the way to go, because you want people to come back and engage in your game, not with having to pay a season pass or to pay for those modes individually. If that makes sense, because paying for a game mode, and it looks like it's just a arcade mode or just a survival mode or whatever, it's not even that great of a mode. It's like, well, we don't know what it is actually. But anyway, the whole point of this video is Ultra Pro Wrestling is only charging for wrestlers. Everything else they add is going to be included with the base game, however much DLC they add to it. For now, AEW is trying to charge for arenas. Probably they're going to try to charge for match types, and they're charging for a game mode. I think AEW should only charge for wrestlers. I feel like they'll win back some of the player base that got really angry. I think Ultra Pro Wrestling's approach is the correct one, now that we've seen how this game is doing it. What are your thoughts? Am I correct with this? How do you feel about charging for wrestlers versus charging for game modes and arenas? Thank you for watching. Stay frosty.